Yo, what's it great? It's your boy Bumford, and today I'm gonna be making creamy Cajun and garlic chicken. So, I got these chicken breasts here that I got from the supermarket. And the thing about chicken breasts is it's a very lean meat, meaning there's not a lot of fat on them. So, they tend to be drier and less flavorful than, say, breasts or wing and other parts like that. So what I'm gonna do to circumvent that is I'm gonna be cooking these low and slow. So I'm gonna pop these in the oven at 225 and I'm gonna let them cook for about 4 hours before I check on them. So here's how we're gonna do this. Roasted garlic, Old Bay, paprika, basil, Cajun seasoning, MSG, crushed red pepper. This is how we're gonna get down, all right? So, these are the dry seasonings, so I'm gonna apply. Now notice I'm not trimming the fat off the chicken. Typically, if I was cooking the chicken breast on the stove, I would trim the fat. However, I'm not doing that because I'm going to be cooking it low and slow, and I want that fat to render out into the pan so that we can have some drippings to put into the sauce that we're going to make from it. Now, some people will be like, oh, you're adding MSG, that's mad unhealthy. That's a myth, man. MSG is not horrible for you. MSG, monosodium glutamate. What did I say? Monosodium glutamate is naturally occurring in many vegetables, the most popular one being the tomato. So it enhances the flavor, not bad for you at all. Clove, moderation. All right, once you got all your seasonings added, you just wanna roll it around on the cutting board, make sure it's nice and evenly coated. You wanna sop up all that seasoning. Don't be afraid to make a mess, all right? So you gotta clean up anyway. All right, now wash your hands. So I got my Dutch oven here. I'm gonna put chicken in here. Bam. And I'm gonna scoop whatever seasoning is left into the pot. Pan, whatever. That was pretty straightforward, right? So now here's where I start to take some liberties. Got me some butter, Kerrygold. I'm not one to preach brand names or anything like that, but I'm telling you, Kerrygold butter is one thing you don't skimp on. You can really tell the difference. And this garlic parmesan wing sauce and garlic. So I'm gonna take this garlic, I'm just gonna crush it, just to open it up, get the shell off, throw it in the pan. All right, what's in here? Nothing crazy, so let's go. Let's get crazy. Just dump a lot of that in there. Now I'm gonna take half a stick of butter, throw that in there. Now I'm using the butter because I'm about to pour this milk in here, but the milk I drink is 2%, and I think for making something creamy, you would want to use heavy cream. So I'm gonna just do that. Add some butter just to get some milk fat. So I'm gonna throw this in the oven at 225 and let it cook for 4 hours, and we'll check back in. All right, so we're back at it. I let the chicken sit in the oven for about 2 hours at 225 degrees. And then I decided to take it out, flip the breasts over individually, and then put it back in the oven for say about another hour. And then after that, I took it out the oven, broke it up into nice little pieces, just so I can get more surface area, so it could all like soak up that sauce, that juice that they're sitting in right now. So I'm gonna show you what that looks like right now. Look at that. Nice color. Chicken not too done, cooked slowly, nice and tender. Just how it should be. Okay, so the chicken's done, but I'm not done. We got a whole pan full of nice chicken fat, some milk, butter, that wing sauce mixture thingy we put in earlier. Now, I'm gonna make a sauce out of this. First thing, stir it, agitate it, scrape up the bits off the bottom with a wooden spoon. Next part. I'm gonna create a stabilizer. See, because that's basically fats and oils. And what I'm about to do is make a slurry of beef bone broth because I don't have chicken, whatever, and cornstarch. I like to add the cornstarch first. It creates less clumps. So I don't do too much. I just put like yay much. What is that, like? Maybe a tablespoon at most. So to avoid any of the clumps that are probably gonna come up from this, I'm gonna whisk it as I pour. And then, after this, we're going to add an egg. I was thinking about using this, but I feel like that's mad overkill. Like, I'll probably be straight using the pot already. All right. So I turn on the stove here. I'm gonna put it at like medium high. So I'm gonna add this mixture now. Stir it in there. So it starts getting heated up. I'm gonna add the whipped egg. Now the egg is gonna act as an emulsifier to blend the waters in the broth and the fats together. I only need one egg. And this is what I'm talking about when I say cooking is a bunch of concepts. Like, you just gotta know what to do with what you got. You don't need to follow a recipe. Like, I had chicken breast, so I feel like the best way to cook that is at a low temperature for a long time. That way it's still tender. You get the most out of what you got, you know? Because you don't want to eat chicken thighs all the time, you know? Same thing with this. The egg is an emulsifier. There's a whole bunch of emulsifiers. Soy lecithin is an emulsifier. Eggs an emulsifier. What else? I don't know, but there's a bunch of them. Egg is just my favorite because it's pretty versatile and it goes great in sauces. So a good way to not waste anything is like I was doing. Cook it up in the pan, make like a little sauce so that it gets seasoned by the season that you already put on your chicken. Comes out, thicken it up. A little bit of the cornstarch. This time use broth, you can use water if you want. Just snowballs. just snowballs. So let's get to whipping this. I feel like add a little pepper to the egg, you feel me? Spice things up a little bit. Now when I add this, the egg is not meant to cook. So we're gonna do a thing. I forget what it's called, but when you add eggs slowly while mixing to a mixture to prevent the egg from cooking, it's called something that is called. I don't remember what it's called right now. I'm not gonna lie. So I'm gonna pour this in there while whisking it. I don't know if you can see that. That's what I'm doing. All right, so I whisked that in there. Next thing I'm gonna do, I'm gonna let it come into a bubble. Then I'm gonna just stir it until it gets nice and thick. Because that cornstarch is gonna thicken it up once this mixture starts warming up. All right, so the chicken is containered, the sauce has been containered. That's it. Minimal effort. Most of the effort came in just seasoning it at the beginning with the dry ones. Put them in the pan, pour a bunch of stuff in, and I let it cook for a long time. All the magic is made in the oven. Doesn't take that much time. Now look, great. You could serve this over rice. You could even serve it over noodles. You could serve it over mashed potatoes. You could put it in a salad. Possibilities are endless. All right. Bam. Creamy Cajun and garlic chicken. That's all there is to it. And I'll catch you next time.